All right, this is section 11.4. We're going to start into volume. So I'm on page 2. And volume is the amount of 3D space an object occupies. Okay, so this is like how much liquid I have in my coffee cup, or how much food my bowl holds, things like that. Okay, so we're going to start with prisms. So prisms, the volume formula is area of the base times the height, just BH. So B is area of the base, and H is the height. Okay, and that's the same for these two shapes. All the prisms have that. And then we're also going to do a cylinder in this section. And the volume formula is pi r squared times height. And so we need to know r, which is the radius, and h, which is the height. Okay, so that will be the two formulas for section 11.4. Go ahead and pause the video if you need more time to write those down. I'm going to go to page 9. Okay, so we're going to start with these prisms. So our formula is VH. Okay, so what I'm going to use for the base is this rectangle. So area of my base is going to be 5 times 6. So area of my base will be 30. And then my height is the 2. So we're going to plug those in. We have 30 times 2. So my volume is 60 centimeters cubed. And this is going to be cubed because this is 3-dimensional. Okay, next we have a triangular prism. And so my base is going to be this triangle. I'm going to copy this 3 centimeters over here. Okay, so our formula is the same, base times height, or area of a base times the height. So since our base is a triangle, we do 1/2, and then our 2 side lengths, 3 and 7. So my B is 10 and a half. And then my height is what connects my 2 bases. So my height is 11. So we're going to plug both of those in. So we have 10 and a half times 11. So our volume is 115.5 centimeters cubed. Okay, we're going to do another triangular prism. So our formula is area of the base times the height. So our bases are the 2 triangles. Okay, so area of my base, it's a triangle. So we're do 1/2, and then 12 times 9. So that will be 54. And then our height is the distance between the 2 bases. So 16 is our height. So we plug those in. So 54 times 16. So our volume is 864 feet cubed. Okay, so that is all of the prism questions. I'm going to now move on to cylinders. So our cylinder equation is pi r squared times height. So all we need to know is the radius and the height. And so the 20 centimeters is all the way across. So our radius is 10. And then we already know our height of 8. So we plug those in. Okay, so pi 10 squared times 8. And we get 2,513.3 centimeters cubed. Okay, and that is how you find a surface area of a cylinder. go ahead and pause the video if you need more time for these questions. I'm going to flip to the next page for 11.4. Okay, so on these two questions, we are given the volume. So here our volume is 1,000 inches cubed, and we do not know the lengths of the box. So this is a prism, so I'm going to copy down the prism formula. And I'm going to plug in that 1,000 for our volume. And then our base is this square. And to find that area, it would be x times x. And then our height is also x. So we have x's in all the spots. So then what happens when we multiply 3 x's together is we end up adding the exponent. So we get x cubed. So we got 3 x's there. So then to find what x equals, we're going to take the cubed root, and you guys have not seen this before. I'll show you how to type it in your calculator. We're going to take the cube root of 1,000. Okay, and then, so to type in a cubed root, first you're going to hit 3, and then you're going to hit second this, and so what this does is it's putting the 3 into the x spot there, and then we're going to type in that 1,000. So then the cubed root of 1,000 equals 10. So that means our cube has the dimensions of 10 inches. Okay, so let's try out our cylinder. So our cylinder is 128 pi inches cubed, so I'm going to copy down the formula first. So there's our volume formula. We have 8 inches as the height. So I am looking to find what the diameter is. So I'm going to plug in 128 pi there. I do not know what the radius is, and the height is 8. Okay, so one thing we can do right off the bat is there is a pi on both sides of the equal sign. So before we do anything, we can just go ahead and cancel both of those out. So then we have 128 equals r squared times 8. So then we want to get r by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8. And 128 divided by 8 is 16. And then we always have to take that square root at the end. So our radius is 4. But x is asking for all the way across, so we just want to double that. So x would be 8. Okay, then we have an application question. We have a bead here. This bead is a rectangular prism, and then we are given the dimensions of that in the question. And then we also have this hole that is drilled all the way through the bead. And so what we want to do is subtract out that cylinder volume to find the volume of the whole bead. So we're going to start with the prism, which is area of the base times the height. So for the base, we're going to do 17 times 9 from the question, so 17 and 9. And then my height is 5. So we've got 17 times 9 times 5. So the volume would be 765 millimeters cubed. And then the cylinder is pi r squared times height. This 3 millimeters is the diameter, so the radius would be 1.5. And the height would be the same from the prism since it goes all the way through. We have the cylinder kind of going all the way through. Okay, and then if we type all that in, we get oh, sorry, this should be 17 because the length of this is 17. My bad. So then we get 120.2 millimeters cubed. So then what we're going to do is subtract these two numbers to get the total volume. So we take a 765, subtract out 120.2. So our total is 644.8 millimeters cubed.